one forum of a 3-forum process. So our idea around events, what we're going to do is today capture what I've already discussed. At the end of June, around events, we're going to come together again and have a look at more detail around where we are now. Out of today, when people capture the drivers of change and the indicators of success of discussing around governance, what we want to do is come back with a more detailed report that we're hoping as many as possible in this room contribute to, because there are people here with expertise which, if we can harness it, will make a great big difference. Yeah, so we've already had from the Economic Futures Forums and the Event Forum in Queenstown, a lot of people offer to support and help feed information in, because we're only going to be able to make good, detailed decisions based on sound information, correct? And so the report is really there to raise people's awareness and to lift the level of conversation. And then we, at the second forum, we're going to consider what actions to take and who might do them. Whose function is this? Forum 3 is really getting into the nitty-gritty and recommending some actions and who should do them. Okay, so if it's a message for Doc, right, out of an events forum, around a piece of policy, that'll be the recommendation. If it's a recommendation to council, if it's a recommendation to around a certain policy, then that's what it will be.
Listen again, and you will become the conduits of what the Shaping Our Future kind of process is, so that you can take it out to your friends and colleagues and tell them about it in detail, so that they end up coming to successive forums and have their contribution, have their say too. So, first little phrase, community-led futures forums. For the new folks, community-led is the key phrase.
We're interested in thinking about the economic benefits very much. We're interested in thinking about the benefits in community, and we're interested in thinking about the benefits for the place as well, yeah? This environment that we're in. So how could events really hit that bullseye? That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? If we could achieve all that.
The council are partners in this process, and they are enabling the process by providing venues and funding to get this started and to bring it to you initially. What we want to do with Shaping Our Future is to do that, is to capture a vision. And that will be shared, and it will belong to the community, it will be generated by us. It will be like raising our eyes to the horizon and putting a marker there, metaphorically, as something for us to aim towards. How does it fit with the current model that we live within? All right, we have decision makers in the district, Lakes District Council, central government and regional government. Also individuals, community and business organisations, all decision makers, all leading the district in some way. It's a language of building trust to enable us to engage in deeper dialogue.
What are the drivers of change for events? What's happening in the district around events, right? In particular this basin. We ran this forum last night in Queenstown, and the outcomes of that were, groups of people really talking about events. Do we actually want events? What scale do we want them? How do we involve people from out of town? Should we let people from out of town come in and use our landscape and take all the profits out of the district? Those sorts of questions began to get asked, and there was some excellent dialogue at tables. What we want to do at each table is attempt to get a diverse opinion, right? And to get your table brainstorming what you think the drivers of change are around events. What are the big things that are changing in events with that eye to the future? I would like just to show you what people came up with yesterday over the hill in Queenstown at the events forum there. They consider these were the major drivers of change. The need for a coordinated approach through a facilitating body, and the size of the text here is representative of how much of an issue it was in the room. Essentially talking about infrastructure as well, the need for an event strategy, the issue of volunteerism, really having a look at this thing about what is an event, the types, who's it for, that was talked about quite a lot. This idea of reputation for quality and keeping the viability and expertise in the district to support that. So that's some of the things that were talked about yesterday. At your table, what I want you to do is list what you think are the major drivers of change around events. Essentially, what are the indicators of success? How are you going to measure that? How are you going to know if we are successful economically, socially in our community? Is it the number of arrests at events?